archipiélago de Galápagos existe una isla con 6 volcanes. Pero hay uno en especial, lleno de historias no contadas por quienes lo han habitado. En el 2017 conocí a Lynn Fowler. Trabajábamos juntas como guías de expedición en el archipiélago. Recuerdo que tenía las historias más inspiradoras y emocionantes sobre sus encuentros con la vida silvestre de las islas. Le dije que quería hacer un documental y subir juntas a su antiguo hogar, Volcán Alcedo, madre de la población más grande de tortugas gigantes, justo en el centro de la isla Isabela. Me dijo que solo volvería si su mejor amiga Tui nos acompañaba también. Y con el sí final de Tui, no había vuelta atrás.
The first week of the Naturalist Guides course, I met Tui Roy. And I mean, we hit it off.
She was very enthusiastic. She was full of questions and totally fascinated, and we became friends immediately. And so we've been friends ever since, and that's more than 40 years ago. Basic food supply for all expeditions because it's so lightweight and easy to eat, and it's something my dad started doing before I was even aware. I came to the Galápagos Islands because my parents had a dream to raise their family in a place close to nature. They came to become pioneers because they had read that there were some other families doing that here. And I arrived in these islands on the day of my 2nd birthday. And in hindsight, that was quite a birthday present. I grew up with an interest in wildlife, and also my father was very interested in photography, and I borrowed his camera when I was 11 or 12 years old, but he said you really need a much better camera if you want to take good pictures. And from there I started to travel all over the world, and I've been to all 7 continents to photograph wildlife. Somehow I went full circle. And now the last 6 years, I've been back in Galapagos, rediscovering once more just how incredible this place really is.
La población local de Galápagos está compuesta por migrantes de todas partes. Sus únicas especies nativas son animales y plantas que llegaron al archipiélago de manera natural. Pero al igual que yo, Lynn y Tui también son residentes de Galápagos.
But guess what? Alcedo.
And she always talked about Volcán Alcedo. She'd been up there several times. She's taken amazing pictures of tortoises.
Those are the first pictures that were published in an article about the volcano and the tortoises there.
So I said, okay, I have a master's degree in zoology. I'll get a PhD. But I ended up studying the giant tortoises of Alcedo, and to see what the donkeys were doing to damage the population. What I really did have success on was the tortoises' nests in the caldera floor. And so I followed the nests, I found the nest, I marked the nest. Embryos would die as soon as the nests were opened by the passing donkeys by mistake. That was the data that showed that we needed to get rid of the donkeys.
Oh, and it's just going to be so wonderful to return there.
68 is going to be a little more difficult, like a lot more difficult. But that's why I'm taking Elio to help me. And we're going to go a lot slower.
A sus 50 años, Lynn fue diagnosticada con neuropatía periférica, lo que causa una pérdida de sensibilidad en sus nervios de las rodillas para abajo, afectando su equilibrio y fuerza, y haciendo esta aventura aún más desafiante, pero no imposible. Esta es una historia sobre la amistad, un lazo inquebrantable entre 2 amigas que se encuentran 40 años después en su último ascenso juntas de regreso al lugar donde todo comenzó. Unimos fuerzas con Ainhoa, quien actualmente está realizando investigaciones sobre las tortugas gigantes del volcán Alcedo.
My name is Ainhoa Nieto Claudín. I'm a wildlife veterinarian and I work as the principal investigator for the Galápagos Tortoise Movement Ecology Program. So the program has been working for the last 12 years to understand the movement ecology of the tortoises. We study the diet of the tortoises, the ecology, and also the health.
Llegar a esa parte remota de la isla no es nada fácil. El volcán Alcedo es un lugar pristino, habitado solo por tortugas gigantes, y requiere un exhaustivo proceso para garantizar su conservación.
Back in the day, coming from Puerto Ayora, it used to take me 7 or 8 hours by boat. Very slow boat to get to Alcedo.
Después de toda la planificación, protocolos y permisos, finalmente comenzó el viaje.
It's not like tweez.
El ascenso a la caldera a una velocidad constante generalmente lleva alrededor de 7 horas, caminando 18 kilómetros a través de entornos y vegetaciones únicas y muy diferentes, cargando galones de agua y nuestros recursos para los siguientes días.
So from here, we go kind of straight up to the foot of the rim. We cross over a little bit to the left. We come to a blue tank, and then we go through the trees all the way around the base of the rim and then diagonally up to the caseta. Lynn, water! We made it!
Well, Twee, I can't go much farther.
Don't you want to go up?
I do, but I really can't go much further without getting hurt now, because my knees are bad, and it's not worth falling. You said, come on, we can't take long stops, 5 minutes, keep going. And then Elio, my son, pulled me along and kept saying, Mom, just focus, be quiet, don't talk. Between the two of you, you handled me just right. And I did think about it, just sitting down and saying, I can't do it. But I didn't.
We made it to our first campsite. In fact, we got a little further than we intended.
Right. Yeah, it's so nice to be back here. It's gorgeous. It really is. Got a lot of memories here with these animals. I mean, they are not easy to live with. I actually had to build a fence around my tent. The first two got ripped because, of course, I didn't have hammer and nails. I had dead branches and twine.
They can be really quite problematic at times, right?
We'll see how tomorrow is. You know, if it's wet and cold, we'll start a little slower. If it looks like it's going to be a sunny one, we better get moving.
We might get there by noon.
Ooh, we'll see what Alcedo has to offer.
Increíble esto. Wow, that's incredible. I've never been to this spot. There's always something new. It's incredible. It's 50 years ago this year that I started my career as a wildlife photographer right here on this volcano, Alcedo. I think that photography is not just an art form, it's not just preserving memories, but it's also telling a story. And I think that's really important especially for the purpose of making people more aware. Very few people will be able to come up here and see what we're seeing here today. By trying to capture the moment and showing those photographs, I've reached thousands and thousands of people. So photography has been, I think, very useful for conservation. Photography is a multifaceted tool.
Probably the most scared I was when I was here all by myself, and I happened to be hiking along the south rim and headed down towards Sierra Negra volcano, and it started to erupt. My volcano was shaking, and there was all this stuff flying, and I spent the night actually in a plastic roll with my sleeping bag because, you know, when something scares you, if you keep your eyes on it, maybe it won't get you, right? But by the time I got over there, I couldn't see anything because there was so much dust and ash in the air, you know. I think that was November 13th, and you came up the volcano on November 24th. And then you were the first person that I was going to see after that eruption.
And instead of the tourist, I got ahead of the tourists, got real fast, and I popped my head over the rim, and there you were sitting with your binoculars trying to see if we were coming, and I just popped up right in front of you.
Right.
And you went, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yes, now I remember, but sorry.
And then I opened my pack.
Right. And you had a birthday cake. It was my birthday. She brought a birthday cake up the volcano.
Complete with frosting and
I
pen.
know. Good friend.
Slept the night, you didn't go very far.
No. This is the entrance to the ticket, but I did not want to do.
Well polished. It's the opposite of us. We get lines.
More footing here, you might want to go around. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Oh, made it all go.
Oh my God. Without you guys, I wouldn't. Thank you.
You
Try not to cry.
You can cry.
cry. You deserve to. This is so great.
Wow.
It's willpower. That's what it's called. Let's go have a look at that view.
Después de finalmente llegar a la cima, les dimos un momento para recordar y revivir cada momento.
Right. Let's see where my camp used to be. Yeah, this is it. Right here. Ahora el colmo que te caiga después de y me caiga 2 horas sería bien tonto.
Ya, no ha caído en el camino porque el acceso.
Una vez.
¿Se sacó los zapatos?
Sí, zapatos por mí.
Oye, pero tus pies están muy bien. Pensé que iban a estar...
Me dio su bolsa. Ay, no.
Nos reunimos con Ainhoa en la caseta, pudimos comer comida caliente y descansar para prepararnos para el siguiente día.
So we use a lot of different devices and technology is helping a lot. We discovered 4 different viruses that affect tortoises here in the Galápagos, and that human activities and human impacts are definitely driving the exposure to antibiotic resistance in tortoises. Aquí lo tenemos.
Ya.
Va a haber que limpiar eso bien para poder cogerlo. Está súper enterrada ahí.
Baja primero los datos, ¿no?
Sí.
Ya.
Saca si quieres. Va a venir ella solita al laboratorio. No te vayas. Also, we collect samples of each animal that has a GPS. We've been tagging these animals for more than 10 years here in Alcedo. So I'm gonna collect blood, feces, swabs, and with all this information then we are gonna test for viruses, for different diseases, and we are gonna know the health of each animal, and we can correlate with the migration, with the movements. Then this is a refractometer, and I'm gonna break the tube and we can see the total solids. This can give us also some information about the health of the animal. So I don't know if you want to take a look.
I do.
Yeah? You
Hold
can
it against
see-
the light.
Yeah, against the light, and you can see on the left
Yep.
there's a line with different numbers. So this is a female, has a very high protein. It's like 8.
It's
cool,
very
right?
clear. You can really,
Healthy
really
girl.
see what's
Yes.
going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
I
is
had no idea that you could tell that.
It changed completely, right?
Yeah.
From 50 years ago.
I did more behavior, and I was looking at the donkeys and the tortoises and trying to figure out what their interactions were.
What
So,
did you find?
well, I found that really the only damage that the donkeys were doing were trampling the nests of the tortoises. And every minute on the minute wrote down what they were doing.
And now we use the GPS instead.
I know.
Easier.
We need science to understand the species so that we can conserve them, right? Their health, which is what you're looking at, right? And their behavior, which I looked at. Then we can figure out how to protect them or how to restore populations, which is really what we're doing more here.
With this information, we can advise the Galápagos National Park and other entities, and they can really make like good decisions. So
Science and
Species.
conservation go hand in hand.
yeah,
They
they
really
have to
do.
go together.
They
yeah.
have to go together. Well, I'm older than she is. I'm 68 and she's 67.
But I will be 68 in 2 weeks.
And you just hiked 18 kilometers.
Yeah, well, the problem with me is I'm not physically that great with the... But Twee is still as strong as an ox.
But it's amazing that you made it, Lena.
Gotta
I can't believe that you did that.
I know.
Lena. It's just,
I know. We made it. We made it.
yeah.
That's enough for the Twee and Lynn show.
Well, that was the
Yeah, I got right there.
Yeah.
igual que Lynn y Tui, hay miles de historias no contadas que se esconden detrás de los ojos de estas tortugas. Y muchas otras esperando a suceder.